Alright, so I want to give an explanation of my small business. Um, Basically, what I'm trying to come up with now is a product. Not only other people's products, which I was pushing through the online store, um, that are on the online store, but they're not really done yet. Um, but what I would like to have is a product that's either clinical, like a necessity, like a hearing aid or something like that, or clinical, like it's for fun, but it helps people, like a fidget spinner, but something that's not like, you know, a fad, right? So far on my site, so far I have a lot of online links. So the brand I'm trying to push is called binaural tracks. Binaural meaning sound-based tracks that are going to two different ears, your own two different ears, hitting your ears maybe at a different direction, so there's something different about it, or hitting it straight on, but they're two different sounds, so then the two sounds are different, but then together the two sounds have an additive property that becomes your sound perception. But in that, there's a certain kind of quality that not only are you perceiving it, but like you have like a judgmental aspect of it too, personally, that maybe you want that sound or maybe you don't. Or maybe that sounds good and it makes you kind of smile and it's pleasant or not. So take for example, I'm sitting in this room and it's hot, but I had the fan on and the fan was pretty high and the sound of the fan was really loud and I didn't really like it. So I turned off the fan. I'd rather sit in a slightly hotter room with no fan because there's not that noise. Or when I was meditating, I was debating, do I turn my music on or off? Because I really was liking this new album, but I kind of want to sit and listen to the album. And when I was meditating, I was kind of like, I really kind of want to just meditate. Or there's this crow outside all of a sudden that's cawing and making noises. And, I kind of wish it wasn't. And sometimes there are planes that fly over or jets that fly over. And sometimes I wish it just wouldn't happen. So those are kind of sounds that I'm like, I don't really want those sounds. Or like in the morning when there's like some loud jarring noise of like a trash truck or the trucks across the street unloading stuff and, the sounds that they make and everything. It sounds like a dump truck or something with all these noises and beeping and it wakes you up out of your sleep at 5:30 in the morning or whatever, and you're just like alarmed and you can't see it, and it's so like loud and obnoxious that you actually have to come out the door to like see like what is that noise. You just want to know what it is so you can confirm like what, like are they like digging up my building, like what's going on, so those are sounds that can be stress provoking. But say I'm listening to the sounds and I'm hearing these sounds, but I can ignore them because there's always going to be sounds. I hear the freeway traffic right now. I hear all sorts of stuff. It's a city. There's stuff going on outside while I'm sitting inside with the door open. I could shut the door and melt because it's hot, or keep the door open and still have to hear everything, and I can hear myself talking. Other slight sounds in the background. But otherwise it's quiet in here. I don't have a lot of background noise that's purposely playing at all right now. No music, no fan, no nothing. It's just me talking. On the other end, you can hear things that are pleasant and nice and helpful to you. Like in the morning when you're going to work, you might not want to be thinking too much and you can listen to music. Or in the morning when you're trying to get ready, you're like, I can put on some, loud music or fast music so I can get up and get dressed and like, it kind of gets you moving because it's like faster. Or if you want to relax, you put on something nice and softer. That kind of thing. So that's an aspect to music or sound that is musical but helpful, kind of in a playful way, but it's not necessarily considered clinical. There's another aspect that could be considered clinical, like, like binaural beats or some type of meditative tracks or like monks chanting. It doesn't all have to be musical, but it can be sounds. But now, on top of these kind of three things I mentioned, like that there can be the clinical, the fun, kind of the obnoxious. I'd like to do something kind of in the clinical realm, but kind of in the fun clinical realm. So headphones is where I started. So I have a website called, it's Binaural Tracks. And what's on the site are basically, a whole lot of headphones. So I have headphones on the site. And, the headphones are, from another place that makes them at a markdown rate, and I'm buying these headphones off of that website when people order them from me. I'm purchasing it like arbitrage, basically. I buy it, sell it at a profit to me. I don't provide any kind of warranty. I don't provide any kind of replacements or ship backs or, anything. So I'm basically vouching that, hey, I'm putting my name on this and my brand on this, and you're buying it from me, assuming that it's mine when it's someone else's. But it's my store that's hosting those products, right? Just like any other store would do. Most stores don't sell something that that they themselves made. Most stores sell something that's other people's stuff, but they're making a profit off of it because of the price that they buy it at. So souvenir shops are like that. 7-Elevens are like that. Clothing stores are like that. Like the people who are working there, don't really have, they're not the people making the jerseys or whatever you're selling at Foot Locker or whatever. They're not stitching the Nikes and all that. That's coming from other places. So there's a product design that could be coming from the entrepreneur or the person basically the person who made this whole project. Maybe the Nike is designing the Nike, and someone else is making the Nike, right? So I have to consider, what skills do I have. If I'm selling something digital, as in a musical track or an audio track, some kind of like words, like me talking like a lecture, or like a therapeutic kind of like exercise. It's like you listen to it, or like a set of exercises, or some sort of self-help demonstration. I can sell these because those are things I can make. The music, the sounds or beats one or whatever, that would be the hardest for me. But technically I could figure out how to make binaural beats using like Reason or something like that. Or maybe I can get an oscilloscope and, learn how to connect it to my laptop and, create, like kind of program some sort of sounds through like digitally that output as binaural beats. And if people actually would buy that, that would be fun clinical. But I'd like to have something also that's medical clinical, or more like a device that's helpful, like a bone anchored hearing aid. So I want to do the research in the area of auditory perception to see what's out there and what is marketable and what is something people want, something people need, something that the research is going forward with. I've been out of the field for a while now. But it's not promoting relaxation anymore. The clinical side is kind of this clinical device side is kind of helping create a product that, if it is in the hearing aid field, it's like there's a problem. We're trying to assist the problem by improving whatever the deficit is. But I want to work with relaxation and the fact that I want to be able to make something that is like a bone anchored hearing aid or some sort of device that people can use that relaxes them. Shit. Oh shit, there's like a bee coming in here. But, for example, say there's a I'm just thinking out loud because I need to do this. But, for example, Fahrenheit 451. I was thinking of Ender's Game, but, with the tablets, but that doesn't really, work because we have something like that already. They're called tablets. But back then, like when I was in high school, there were no tablets really. Maybe the military had them. Maybe certain specialty like technological places had them for like jobs where they were like, I don't know, maybe like UPS and places like that kind of had some sort of tablet functional thing that they were using, but it wasn't like all encompassing, like in the palm of your hand in your pocket. It wasn't like Palm Pilots either. It was like back then they kind of just did like what they did for the job, but it wasn't like everything an all-inclusive device. So, with Ender's Game, the kids would go in their bunks at night and they would review like all sorts of like plays and all sorts of like strategies and kind of problem solve and like strategize by watching on their tablets, and they would communicate on their tablets, and they get emails on their tablets, and their life was like connected through their career through their tablets and things. Okay, that's a completely different example, but the example I was kind of thinking of was from Fahrenheit 451. So that's kind of like a future versus history kind of novel. But there are aspects of it. Obviously, it's not current, but science fiction, is really awesome. Basically, what it does, what I was thinking of in that is the wife of the main character, was kind of like a bit distant, and I guess they had this screen on their wall that she would watch and kind of avoid him in their bedroom, and she had these shells. It was called shells or something like that. And she kind of popped in her ear, and she could hear everything she wanted to hear, but it was kind of shutting him out. So he'd come home to this home life, and then outside of the home, he was doing this whole job that he was like, kind of like conflicted about. But that's kind of how I see everything. Kind of like a device. It doesn't have to be shells or earbuds or something like that, but something that's like a little step further, somewhere between a hearing aid and a headphone. Something that's like, I don't know what it would look like or what it would do, something I played around with an idea of was for like physical health, how people have those kind of smart watches or smart bands that track all their progress. And they do have these kind of like earbuds that are wireless that connect to that you can use as a full device to kind of like track your progress in different areas of your day with your health, as well as, you can be connected to your phone, I guess, or your music, or if you're listening or watching something, the wrist device can control the earbuds, as well as, I guess, whatever else you need to control. But I don't know what's possible for people. I mean, also ASMR is like a big thing too. But I don't know what's possible for people, or what's possible to make or get or have that people actually want that they don't have, that's marketable, that isn't out there yet. So I may have to do with selling some other person's product, or I may have to kind of find a way to improve upon a product. Maybe more in the medical field. I'm not sure though, because technology always advances as well. But I might have like a few products, like the guy was saying, like, if it was like a hearing aid, maybe the ones that go over your head, or like a walkie-talkie type, or like a like the kind that are bone anchored, or the kind that are Bluetooth, or the kind that charge through a cigarette lighter in the car, things like that. Like the different ideas he was saying, you could have like a business that sells multiple types of the same sort of idea of a product, but it's kind of like increasing the functionality of it when you have multiple ways you can use it. And so something like that. I would still keep selling the headphones, earbuds, but I really am trying to see what's out there as far as like technological needs, either in the clinical realm. Somebody said something online that is best to stay away from, and I understand. I mean, I kind of understand why, but I kind of don't, because it's outside of kind of how I see the world. But he did mention, I think it was he, not she, I think it was he, this guy mentions it's best not to start a small business off of a self-help type of idea. And the reason why is, if you're making like an ebook, or you're making a website, or you're making a blog, or you're making a YouTube channel about self-help, about something, he says that's usually where a lot of people start wanting to start a small business, because usually people who are entrepreneurs have the idea of, they get motivated by themselves. They're able to create or think of ways that are missing in society, and find a method of kind of repairing that problem. And they are the type of people who are able to try and implement the kind of fix it that's available. But he says the general population is not always so interested in weeding through the different methods that they can use, and implementing them and using them in a regimented, regular way, effectively, to a point where they can actually reach the goal of either getting better, or not needing that book's help, or whatever it may be. And so he says, you might want to go with something different that's not like exercise, self-help, or lower anxiety, lower cholesterol, lower depression, or increased mood, or whatever you want to call it, improved mood. he says self-help is kind of harder to market because there's so much of it out there, because so many entrepreneurs go that route, that it's not even easy to sift through, and you'd have to be like the top of the cream of the crop person to get noticed, because there's so much out there in those fields already, which is, it's good to know. So, I mean, he didn't mention like clinical aspects, like true clinical, like there's a problem out there that certain people have. Does this work? Does it fix it? So yeah. But I would like to have a product that does. Or a store that sells multiple products, and one of those products is my own, and one of them tests and sales. It tests. There can be some selling opportunities, with it. Worldwide even, possibly. And hopefully it's something that can be easily updated if need be, and marketable. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But this program through the schools, 9 months, and it's $20,000 over 10 months. That's $2,000-ish a month. A little over $2,000 a month, which is more than half of what I'm already making. So without financial aid, I'm not sure how possible this is. I might have to start making financial aid payments just so I can make or complete a program. And I already don't have a lot of time to be working extra anyways, so I mean, my financial aid, my federal student loans are in default since June, so it's been 2 months now. I don't know what kind of options I have though. But this is a program management program, degree certificate, postmaster's certificate. Shoot, there's like flies in here. But yeah, it's a postmaster's. Which almost really costs a year of school, but it's only 9 months, 6 courses, so I mean that's very doable. I could see myself getting through that. And at the end of it, having a product that I know how to market, that I know how to promote, and where to go with it to look for investors and things like that, like they were mentioning to me. So I'm like, okay, that sounds like something I want to do. I need to look into the school. I need to set up my website with my blog and my, online store, and I need to really start tracking the traffic and linking everything with like Google Analytics and Google Authenticator, is that what it's called? Or is that only for like cryptocurrency? I don't know. I want to say it was called Google Authenticator. But yeah, I mean, this wouldn't be an incredibly passive income, but I mean, it's kind of passive enough, I don't know where I'd run it out of. I mean, I live in this building. If I'm paying for school, I mean, I have to pay for school first, but I don't know. I'm going to have to really look into it maybe this weekend. But that's kind of what I'm working with as far as the small business. It's kind of developing more and more. I can't tell if I'm going in the right or wrong direction because I haven't been able to test anything yet. But one thing I have noticed, I have not put in any work for quite a few weeks. I think the last thing I did was pause my store like on the 17th or right before the 17th or 19th or whatever the date is that I get charged. I took it from $70 down to a $30 a month, down to I think it's like $17.99 or $14.99 now just to keep it open. So it's like I'm already losing money. I've lost over $100 now. Not to count that my website cost me $11.99 a month. I don't have any hosting open. Actually, no, I have hosting. I just don't have. Shoot, I do have hosting. So I just don't have a domain name because it's a Wix page. So I might need to work on my website. I want to put up some audio content. I really like podcasting. Like, that's fun for me. I also like doing speech to text with my blog post, because that kind of makes things a lot easier. I just haven't had a lot of clear ideas lately of what I want to do, but I don't know. I really need to keep searching. I really want to look into online shops, online stores. I started trying to buy online stores that are already up and running. That didn't work out smoothly enough, and then my money went somewhere else in June. Oh yeah, I had to buy my freaking. So May I had to go on a trip. Then June I had to go. I was broke still. But I just got my finances kind of back in order after open enrollment, because I was getting so much deductions. I was barely getting like even $1,000 a month. I was getting way less and had way more expenses. Had to take out some loans and got more in debt. This is probably the first month. I mean, I'm about to have to pawn my laptop, but this is probably the first month, because today's the 5th. I get paid on Friday, so all I need is $15 in gas to get to and from work. And then, I mean, I have some food. I'm going to need a little bit more food. And I probably got a date on Wednesday, so that's going to be $40 in. I've got maybe $7 I can use for gas. So that's going to run me another, let's say if I put 15 on top of that 7, then I'll have quite a big load there. And I only really need money up until Friday, honestly. I need Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's 5 more days. I need 5 more days of cash. Tomorrow I'm not buying anything either. I'm not going anywhere unless I have to. Monday I'm going to work and back, so the expense is going to be working back. I might need to buy some veggies. I mean, I have fruits, I have meats. I don't have carbs too much. I have a little bit of noodles, a little bit of rice and noodles. But I don't have too much carbs. I don't have too much noodles, crackers, bread, bagels. I mean, I think my bread and my bagel, they might have, I'm not sure, but they might possibly by now have some actual mold on them. But that's all my main idea about this, and then my money. And this might be the first month I'm actually breaking even though I did have to take out another loan. But finances wise, I have my $500 So finances wise, what do I have? So finances wise, I have 3 loans that are in person and 1 now that's online. So the 300 is going to come automatically out. Or it's $299. It's going to come directly out. I'm going to have another 300 come directly out that I can reloan for $255. So that gives me $255. I'm going to have another 118 that's going to come out that I can reloan for $100. So that gives me $355. I have another $239 that's going to come out. Let's make it $240. That's going to reloan for $200. So I have $200 on top of that. So that's $500. I'm not going to reloan off the other one. So let's say out of that $500 I'm gonna have, I'm losing 45. Let's say I didn't do the math on here. Let's say I'm losing. So I'm gonna have $555. I'm losing 45. I think it's like 18, 40. Okay. I'm losing $148 just in loans. So whatever my paycheck is, let's say I have a paycheck of 1,000, which is common. You're gonna take out that 300 or 299. We're gonna take out that 148, and then we're gonna add to it that 555. So I come out of it with 1108. Other monthly expenses. I don't know. I owe my mom 75. So that leaves me with, was that a minus? Hold on. Minus, fuck. When I said it was, I said it was 1108? What did I say it was? Something like that. Yeah, because I was subtracting out 75. Yeah, so it left me with 1033. So what are we not counting in this 1033? So that's usually the amount I spend on these other loans that I put freezes on. So I'll see if they keep freezing home this month, because if they don't, I'm fucked. But if they do, I'm good. If I do get that other loan that other dude said he sent today, that's an extra $245. Wait, that's an extra from 1033. Oh, fuck. From 1033, we can add one. Fuck, it's 2450. From 1033, we can add 2450. He wants me to subtract out of that what I want. So it's gonna be 1450. That's gonna be sent out. So let's see if I have 1033 and then I have another 1,000, right? That gives me $2,000. Which, coming right out of my deduction, is gonna be 1,000. Fuck. If I take $1,000, coming out of my deduction is gonna be shit. I was trying to pay this guy $333 3 times, with interest on top. So say if he charges me even 20% interest, that's gonna be 333. It's gonna be $33. Or 33. That's 66 profit. So 66 profit 3 times. So if you have a $66 profit 3 times, that's going to leave you with like a little over $180 extra. $180 extra. So if you have $180 extra, I mean, you're losing $180 on $1,000 loan. That's not too bad, honestly, over 3 months. So by October, that would be paid off. But I could use that extra $1,000, I think, to get my license back, because that's important, because I'm driving around on an invalid license. Once I have that cared for, what I could do is drive for DoorDash for extra income. So that would be fine, but I have no AC, but I can get that fixed. So I'm trying to see what I owe money. So if I had an extra 1,000 in my account, what can I do with this? I think I should save a lot of it, honestly. I want to save, but I think I should invest some of it too into my company. But I was thinking so small numbers of like $30, you know? So I think I should invest a couple hundred in that. Take out the $140 extra. Take out the payments I owe, I think. If it's going to be the $333 plus the $66, take out those like extra 120-ish plus $12 for 2 payments plus the 600. Oh, dude, that would be $666. Extra, just set it aside, and I'm left with $333 extra to work with. I could put some of that aside. I mean, I don't know. I'm just getting a little frustrated. Just thinking of what I would need this money for. I mean, I know I need to take care of things. Like, my license needs to be cared for. It's a little over $1,000. I need that back. And I'm thinking once I get my license, I could work for DoorDash. But that is extra time, extra money. And say if I'm making $7 a day off of that, or $10 an hour, that's just after work. Say if I do work from like 6 p.m. to really like 10 p.m. That's 4 hours. I mean, I'm not going to get any alone time at night or any free time at night. I'm just going to be driving every day. And my weekends, I mean, I spend my time on weekends doing this thinking. So it's hard for me to kind of piece out what the money would be for. It kind of makes more sense to put the money into getting my driver's license, maybe invest a little bit in like a mutual fund. I mean, I don't want to waste it. That's the thing. Because I'm going to be paying this guy back. So I want to have an extra income that's coming in of $333 a month to pay this dude back. That's a lot of money, though. That's even if it's a month. If it's $333 a month, that means I'm going to have to be making about 90. Well, say 333 divided by 4 is going to be like 80 something bucks a month, a week, not counting the 140 extra. And if it's 20% commission that he wants, or 20% interest, that's gonna run me an extra $66 a month. But say if he wants that, right? Say if that's what he, oh, sorry, it's 180. No, why do I keep saying 140? 180. Over 180 because it's 66, not 60. But that's what I'm trying to figure out. If I come into a loan, what do I do with it? Do I put it exactly where I need? Or do I not put it where I need it and still not have the money I need? I mean, if I have $2,000 sitting in my bank all at once, I could take care of my driver's license and still have $1,000 left of my own money, but I need to be frugal, but I also want to party on my birthday, on my 35th. So I'm kind of, I don't even think this guy's going to send me the money. I think it's a hoax. I think he's putting me on. I think I'm either involved in a scam, because I did do this application like a week ago, or before a week ago, and then he finally contacted me a week ago, and then, the money's supposed to be there Monday. I mean, he did send me tracking, but I don't know what's in that envelope. He said he sent me 450. I asked him for anywhere between $200 and $400 or $1,000, and he sent me none of those numbers. He didn't send me 200. He didn't send me 400. He didn't send me between. He didn't send me 1,000. He sent me more than double the amount. And then he says, you're gonna need to deduct the amount that I sent you. And then send the rest to someone else because someone else wants a loan. And I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't make any sense. Because if you're sending me all this money and that's not even what I asked you for, how am I going to deduct that amount? What I think the scam is going to be is he's going to send me just an envelope with a tracking, and there's not going to be a check, or it's not going to be valid, or it's going to bounce or something, and I'm not going to have any money, or, it's not going to clear. Or even if it does clear, I mean, even if this is legit, I mean, why am I doing that work, Why am I sending that? Is this, like, some black market shit? Like, who is this person? Where's the money going to? Why am I sending them the money? I might send it through Bitcoin or something. I don't want this traced to me because I don't know what it is. Am I paying for something? I don't even know. So, I don't know if I should be involved. I might need to find a way to send money in an encrypted fashion because I don't know what I'm doing with this. But I might invest some of it. I'd hate to lose a lot of money in investments, but I mean, I don't know what else to do because the stuff I've been doing is not working. And I don't want to take a big risk on something I don't really know, like on Facebook marketing, and invest $200 that I don't have. That's why I think I should sit on some of it, save it. I don't know how I can grow the money in 3 months, but I don't know, man. I don't know. But let me see. I mean, it might actually help. I mean, I want to put money into this business, and this is I really literally took this out for a small business loan. So either that small business is getting my car up and running so that I can work more for myself, or I can also invest in this small business online. But yeah, that's kind of my thinking behind it. The nuts and bolts, the easy peasy, the difficult parts, the stuff I'm uncertain about. It's the 4th of August, 2018. The heat is intense right now. It's hot. I don't know, man. This sun has been going on for weeks, which is weird. This isn't normal. But I don't know. Like, it's kind of just like stuff that I need to think through. That's why I need to talk it through, because it helps me just to focus when I have a recording going. At least I kind of have an idea of how long I'm thinking and talking about this for and where I'm getting with it, start to finish. But I'm really kind of trying to figure out a product. So maybe if I talk online or talk while I'm looking. Kim emailed me or texted me. So if I look for stuff like, first of all, I need to see if this school is legit. Because if the school is legit, I could put this project off for like 9 months. But let's say if I look at the catalog, it's from April 2018, so it's already an old catalog. We can look at the programs. We have degree type. So let me start with something I know, which would be Doctor of Philosophy, Psychology. So it's a PhD in psychology. Common degree. So they have these specializations: addictions, gender diversity, general psychology, gerontology, health, IO, mental health, policy and practice, and trauma and disaster relief specialization. So let's go into IO. Let's just look in the doctor of psychology. So let's look at the description of the program. Or let me just go on another site and go to APA. Let me see. North Central University. Psychology APA. So if it's not APA accredited, online accredited affordable. It says it's accredited, but that doesn't mean that it's APA accredited. As we know, those are different things. And they like to throw around that, oh, it's accredited, it's accredited, but it's not. I mean, if it's not, then that's not good. School of Behavioral Sciences. Acquire knowledge, skills, practical application, and values integral to the field of psychology. So let me just go to the Department of Psychology. I'm not looking at MFT stuff. Okay, earning a psychology degree is a way with the further development of human behavior as it relates to organizational systems, blah, blah, blah. NCU offers a bachelor's in psychology as well as a master's. Degrees designed to give you an understanding of human development, explore research methods in psychology. They have a lot of doctors, PhDs, in the field. So they have a one-on-one learning model. There's financial. The faculty is doctoral. I'm clicking on accreditations. So it's West. So it's not APA. It says accreditations. Accreditation is a higher education seal of approval for schools, employers, and most importantly for students. NCU is a WSCUC accredited institution. WASC, senior college and university commissions. It's not APA accredited. It says no graduate testing. Flexible start date, all kind of stuff. So about this accreditation, it's recognized by the U.S. Department of Education and the Council of Higher Education Accreditation. So it's got CHIA, it's got different accreditations, but none of it's APA. So that's just psychology. So the program I'm looking at is program it's called program it's not a doctoral, it's degree type. So it's going to be a Master of Arts in program and program development, Master of Arts, Master of Science. Where was it last time? I think it's not in. Okay, so if I look at postmaster's certificates, there's addictions, couples, e-learning, financial, general psychology. Show 11 more. Project management. Postmaster's certificate. So project management. So I can look at the certificate, basis for admission. Admissions to the postmaster's certificate requires a completed master's level or higher degree of regionally or nationally accredited institution or university. The scope, 6 courses, 18 accredited hours. From the coursework outlined, postmaster certificate, specialization, courses taken as a part of NCU master's program cannot be applied toward courses taken as a part of NCU master's program cannot be applied toward a postmaster's. Okay, so that's for that school specifically. Description of the program, basis for admission. So we got that already. Scope. We just read that too. I'm losing my mind. Specialization. Coursework completed as part of a doctoral degree where a degree was conferred. Cannot be applied towards the postmaster certificate program. Coursework completed within a postmaster certificate program may be applied towards the specialization. Sequence within a doctoral program. Applying postmaster certificate. Coursework towards a doctoral degree is contingent upon coursework and degree relevance under the most current doctoral degree program version. Then they have time completion. Yeah. Time to completion. So 25 months. It's 2 years you get. So you can be dismissed if you don't finish it in 2 years. So that's just for general postmasters, I think. Postmaster certificate, project management, administrative and management professionals who want to become proficient in project management will benefit from the specialization. Focuses on applying principles, concepts, tools, and techniques to improve project performance and organizational effectiveness. Curriculum provides training and planning, project control, effectively working with teams to improve performance, providing leadership, and delivering projects on time and on budget. What I need to do is learn how to develop a project. But let's say these are the 6 courses I have to take. So there's project procurement management. So that's the first part. 3 credits, 8 weeks. Examine strategies and the material necessary for a project team to manage procurement, processes and issues, procurement and contracting for products, services and personnel, as well as legal and ethical implications of procurement and contracting. Students should be able to apply procurement management principles and PMBOK 5th edition processes to actual contracts and procurement contexts, as well as applying organizational theories to project procurement research. Let's see one of the final classes. So there's project management, just in general, for the last class here. So what does that look like? Another 8-week course, the last one. Create a comprehensive research project that seeks to create a unique solution to a stated, real, or hypothetical defined topic approved by the faculty. So research project, research scope and definitions must be declared before the specific approved project can commence. Students will be assessed on demonstrating proficiency in designed assignments, which will culminate in a final research project. So all in all. This program, I don't even know if it needs to be accredited. I can check what the accreditations are for it. Project management. Let's see. Search project management. If you just go to the general project management section, I'm never going to get there like this scrolling because that's too much. I'm in the eyes right now. Project management postmaster certificate. So let's see. I mean, it doesn't really say anything about the accreditations or anything, though, I don't think. So, yeah. The parent program is psychology and IO. IO psychology, basically, and psychology specialization. So, those are the parent fields. So, I mean, this sounds like what I want to do. Sounds like what I'm already trying to do, but I need direction, and I work well with, like, mentorships. I've had some hard times with certain supervisors and whatnot taking advantage of their power, and now it's kind of really damaged a lot of my views about, working with the higher up. I mean, I had some good times with Dr. Bell. That was good. That was really good. And then I have some terrible times with freaking other professors. Not all, but a few. And then I had some great times with other professors. And I had a terrible time with Dr. Maria. And I had another terrible time with Tim's freaking mother. And, I've had other terrible times with other terrible people in my life, too, in my family. So, all that being said, I've had some power struggles that now do impact me when it comes to mentorship or leadership or directors. Really the way they talk to me or the things they say, I can get pretty sensitive and take things pretty personal. Just because of, like, the past of what's gone on with some other people. It's just, I think it kind of damaged some part of my brain that kind of just gets it. Now my brain just kind of makes up its own ideas about certain stuff, and I can tell that not everybody's on the same page about it, but some people have led me to feel like I should challenge that. Like Morgan was often telling me about, how she thought Dr. Mario really liked me, and how she would always say, oh, you're so cute, and all that kind of stuff. But she also told me that she doesn't think I belong in this field, and I'm not going to do well. And she wasn't trying to vouch for me, and she wasn't trying to be helpful. And she said I was hard to read, which was on purpose, because I kind of shut down with her after she tried to purposely make me cry by yelling at me about some assignment. Just because it had a bunch of errors and typos and things. She was a bitch. And even just thinking back about it, I'm like, dude, like, it wasn't a whole lot of moments, but just the way I felt being around her after a while was just not pleasant. And I didn't really develop a great liking of her. But I wasn't the only one. And then the whole thing that went down with Alliant in general, that wasn't pleasant either. So I'm gonna have to check and see. I don't really know what I think or feel about a lot of it. I try not to really put my feelings too into it because it's hard to feel more about it. I don't really want to be feeling sad about something that's so many years ago, but it did kind of lead me where I'm at, landed me where I am now, but this wasn't my end goal. So now I'm kind of working on some other goal that I've kind of always had in my mind. So let me see if I can follow through with it. I'm going to put some of this stuff into work today. Maybe after Sabbath, I don't know. But I've been talking about an hour, so that means I've put in about an hour of thinking. I haven't done any actual work on it, but I put in about an hour thinking. So, let me see. In about an hour, the sun's gonna go down. So, I don't know if I want to start doing that now. Working on it now. I mean, I had a pretty great Sabbath. I've been up since I've kind of been up since around 8 o'clock. But I woke up a little earlier, I think. I woke up at 3:30, shut the door. I woke up again around 6:30 or no, it was just before 7, and I kind of just was lounging around, kind of tired. But then I finally ate just before 9 o'clock. I finished my meal around 9:15. So I must have eaten around 8:45. So I'd been up for 2 hours before I ate, almost 2 hours. So. And I had lunch at 3. I had some fruits in the middle of the day. I had this nice cold banana with an extra handful of grapes. And I did have some supper. So I'm gonna see if I'm gonna eat dinner. I mean, I'm trying to scrimp on groceries, but I really don't think I should not eat dinner. So I'm gonna need to keep up my meals, but I'm really trying to save money. I'm trying not to eat all my food before the end of the weekend. I still have one more day tomorrow to eat before the week even starts. And again, I need 4 meals out of this week, including gas and stuff. So I might drop in the 99 cents. I'm going to need some money, though. I might have to drop in. I don't have any money. I don't have any gas. I have $3 on my card. I can put $2 gas. If it'll let me, it probably won't let me. Because I don't have enough on my card to actually get gas. So, whatever. Yeah. So, one thing I could do is do the plasma donation. I can see about that. Because I haven't actually called him back. So maybe I'll try and call him back. Oh, that's all I got for now. I'm kind of getting tired of talking, and my throat's kind of dry and tired, and it's been hurting a while because I've been sick and I'm stuffy a little still. Alright.